Did you know that the second highest mountain in the United States and the second highest mountain in Canada are actually the same mountain? This is Mount St. Elias, and it's the topic of Day 8 of Mountain Month, the series where I talk about your favorite mountains every single day of October. So be sure to comment below what you'd like to see tomorrow. Mount St. Elias is located directly on the border of southeastern Alaska and the Yukon Territory in Canada. Standing at an elevation of 18,008 feet, Mount St. Elias is the second highest mountain in the US, behind only Denali, and the second highest mountain in Canada, behind only Mount Logan, which stands 26 miles to the northeast. Mount St. Elias also has over 11,000 feet of prominence, which makes it the 53rd most prominent mountain in the entire world. But perhaps the most impressive characteristic of Mount St. Elias is its absolutely insane amount of topographic relief. The mountain rises to more than 18,000 feet above sea level, less than 10 miles from the Alaskan coastline, which is obviously at sea level. This gives Mount St. Elias some of the steepest vertical relief anywhere on Earth. Given its impressive stature, it should come as no surprise that Mount St. Elias has long been an important landmark for Native Americans in the region for thousands of years. While there are many native names for the mountain, the Tlingit name, shown here, translates to the mountain at the head of the icy bay. The mountain has a tremendous amount of both cultural and spiritual significance to tribes in the region, but even beyond that, the mountain has previously been used as a guide for migrating tribes, as well as a tool to help predict the weather. Now, while Native Americans have known of the mountain for roughly 10,000 years, it still surprises me just how early it was discovered by European settlers, given its relatively remote location. Specifically, the first recorded sighting of Mount St. Elias came all the way back in 1741. For reference, the first recorded sighting of Long's Peak, a prominent mountain in Colorado's Front Range near current-day Denver, wasn't until nearly 80 years later in 1820. But even crazier is the fact that the first recorded sighting of Mount Logan, which again is only 26 miles from Mount St. Elias, wasn't until 1890, nearly 150 years later. Mount St. Elias was also climbed earlier than most other mountains of similar heights, with the first successful ascent coming all the way back in 1897. But back to the present, despite the fact that Mount St. Elias straddles the border of the United States and Canada, the mountain is protected by public lands on all sides. The mountain is protected by Kluane National Park and Preserve in Canada and Wrangell St. Elias National Park in Alaska. Focusing on the Alaskan side, Mount St. Elias is the highest mountain in America's largest national park. Wrangell St.